Celebrating your wins in your real estate business is honestly one of the best things that you can do as a real estate agent. I know so often we get in, we get in the grind, we get in the hamster wheel, and we just start going and going and going and going. And lots of people who are in this space are high achievers and go-getters, and they forget about all of the accomplishments that they have made. And oftentimes, they're looking so far ahead. But today, we are going to talk about the importance of celebrating wins, what you can do when you celebrate those wins, and we're going to hop into it right now. Mariah Koehle here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I'm a licensed and active real estate agent and coach, and this channel is literally everything you need to know about how to build and scale your business the modern way by leveraging the power of social media. If this is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you are notified every week I drop a new video. I hear from people like you all the time who are looking to build and scale their business the modern way, and I absolutely love it. So feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, and it would be my pleasure to connect with you. If there are any topics that you would like me to cover on this video, this channel is literally for you. So drop comments down below, send me an email, send me a text, tell me what kind of videos you want me to shoot on different topics, and I would absolutely love to shoot those videos. So let's hop right into wins. Yes, I was recently talking with a group of really high achieving real estate agents all over the country. And we got talking about it. And, the beginning of our meeting, we start off honest, like usually we start off with wins, like, hey, what were your wins for this week? What are your wins for the month? Let's talk about some of these different things. And, somebody had mentioned like, oh, I took 2 listings this week. And somebody else had mentioned that they were like, oh, well, you know what, I just closed on this house that I've had on the market for 4 months and it finally closed, and I'm just so excited about it. And it really got me thinking about the importance of celebrating all that you are doing in your business and, really all that's happening. I was talking with, somebody that I'm coaching right now, and I was asking him like, okay, what are your wins for this week? Like, what is going well? What, just tell me one thing. And, as we're talking, she's like, I can't think of anything. And I'm like, really? Nothing? Okay. I said, here's the deal. This is your homework for next week. Your homework is to be able to find at least one thing that went well in your business. When I'm talking about things that went well, this can be, I showed up on social media. I showed up on Instagram and I posted 5 times this week, or I shot my first YouTube video, or I went and I knocked doors for an hour this week, or I printed out CMA reports and I delivered it to 10 of my neighbors, or whatever it is. Think about the things that you are doing in your business and celebrate them, because you know what happens? What happens is the more you start celebrating those things and the more you're really giving, showing gratitude to yourself for doing the hard things, for working in the business and for working on the business, the more you're going to start doing those things. And what happens is so often we are as real estate agents, so many people that I have coached and talked to about this, we are so goal oriented, which is awesome. But oftentimes if we don't hit our goal, so let's just say, oh, I had an agent I was coaching recently, they wanted to sell 25 homes and they ended up selling, 18 homes this year in a slower market. And they were like, oh, I was so bummed. I didn't hit my goal of 25. And we kind of took a step back, and I'm like, well, how many did you sell this year? They're like, well, 18. And I said, well, 25 would be awesome. How many houses did you sell last year? And it was like, oh, I sold 15 last year. And I'm like, wow, okay, you sold 15 homes last year, but you just sold 3 more homes than you did the previous year. Like that, celebrate that win. Sure, we don't want to just like celebrate and be like, okay, we're all done, right? But really lean into those wins in your business and examine where those wins are coming from. Yes, take a deep dive in, where the wins are coming from in your business. The reason why we want to look at where those wins are coming from in the business is because we want to double down on those things, because those are things that end up working. So for example, if you ended up getting a lead from YouTube, great. Guess what? You're going to probably want to continue showing up on YouTube. If you are getting leads and generating leads from Instagram, then you're going to probably want to continue leaning into that. So wherever you're finding these different wins, you're going to want to, do that more. Same thing goes for if, let's say you don't have any clients right now, you are starting from scratch, you've got nothing, you've got no clients, anything. Here's what you're going to want to do. You are going to want to reverse engineer things. You're going to want to figure out, okay, I want to sell this many homes. I want to work this many hours. I want to, in order for me to get one lead, it's going to take me this amount of time. And what's going to happen is as you start reverse engineering your business and as you start taking action, action leads to results. So as you start taking action day in and day out, what's going to happen is there's going to be a compounding effect. Yes, a compounding effect will take place after you start showing up. So here's a perfect example. I was posting on Instagram 7 days a week. Yep, and I still do. 7 days a week, Mariah K. Homes, you can find me on there. Posting on Instagram 7 days a week. On my third and a half month of posting 7 days a week, I ended up getting a DM, direct message, right to my account. It says, hey, I've got this luxury home. It is in this area. I see that you sell luxury homes in the area. Can you help me out? And I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, was that like, this is a huge win. Regardless of if anything ended up happening, I had the reach out, I had the lead, and now it's nurturing the lead. It's following up with the lead. It's doing all those things. But after that many days, and a lot of times you're not going to see results until at least 90 days. So give yourself a 90-day buffer of, okay, once you start putting whatever that is into motion, expect there to be a 90-day lag in, before you see any results. And when I say like showing up, if you're showing up on Instagram once a week and you're like, yep, no clients, I'm not getting anything, or you're calling your sphere once a week for an hour and nothing's happening, what's going to happen is you need to double down on those actions. Once you double down, you are going to start seeing wins. You're going to start seeing more. But the more you do, the more you're going, that you're upping your chances for results. So here's a perfect example too. When I was in 7th grade, I played soccer all the way through high school. I played in college, and then I played semi-professionally for a few years. And when I was in 7th grade, I made the decision. I told my parents, I was like, I'm going to get a soccer scholarship. And they were like, oh, okay. Well, like, how are you going to do that? And I'm like, I'm not quite sure yet, but I'm going to figure out a way. And so number one, it was like, not only would I go to practice, but then I would practice at my house. Right. And then, so I was kind of like doing double of what everybody else was doing. And then the second thing I was doing is I was on multiple teams. So not only was I on the one team, like, my club team, but then I was also on an indoor team. And then I was on a co-ed indoor team with my brother. And then like all these different things, people were like, you're crazy. I remember thinking like, I'm just having fun. Like, this is awesome. But then the next step that started happening is I started reaching out to college coaches. And at that time, I'm typing on my, my computer, and I would print out these different letters and I would start sending it to every single college that I wanted to go to. And then guess what? I didn't even realize I was doing this in 7th grade, but then I started following up. So I'd send them a letter and I'd wait a month. And if I didn't hear anything, I'd send them another letter back in the mail. And then what I would start doing is I would start inviting them to come to my tournaments. And I'd say, hey, I'm going to be playing at the Surf Cup in San Diego. These are the dates. I would love, if you are going to be there, I would love for you to come watch me. So all these incremental, like itty bitty tiny things that you're doing month after month after month, they are wins. So keep doing it. And the next thing that happened is I actually had college coaches reach back out to me and they're like, oh, great, I'm going to be there at Surf Cup. Oh, great, I will look for you. And what ended up happening is, it created a lot of wins for me personally. And I got offers for a lot of different schools, not because all of a sudden they were like, oh, let me go look at this, let me go look at this Mariah girl. It was me saying, here, come look and see what I'm doing. And that is what is going to happen in your business too. So coming full circle, look at all the little things that you are doing day in and day out, whether it's your morning routine, whether it's helping with the kid, right? But look at the things that are going to move the needle in your business. all those different things. Take a moment at the end of your day, celebrate, give thanks to the work that you did, for the wins that you made. And I'm telling you, 90 days from now, 6 months, a year from now, start counting those wins. And I'm telling you, your business will start moving. Wishing you all the very best. And if you are looking to build and scale your business the modern way by leveraging the power of social media, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, and I would absolutely love to connect with you. Take care and wishing you a wonderful day. Bye.